Hey YouTubers, it's Charlie. This is going to be my Walking Dead episode 11 video. Just careful for spoilers. If you haven't seen the episode yet, there's a whole bunch of comic book stuff we have to talk about. There's a new round of the giveaway now too. All you have to do to enter is be a subscriber and leave a comment on this video. So because there's so much comic book stuff, I'm going to do my top 10 WTF and I'll just explain the comic book Easter eggs and all the references as I go along. So right off the bat, number 10, Carl's forced to see his father naked after he gets the drop on Jesus. What the hell are you doing in my house? I'm just waiting for your mom and dad. That was so great. Your mom and dad. He says what everyone's been thinking for the past week. I mean, if a lot of you are Michonne shippers, you probably thought of Michonne as the mom in that equation anyway. So it's nothing new for you, but really last week was the first time for me where I was like, yeah, definitely Carl's mom now. And it sounds like Jesus blesses their union, all the better. Feel kind of bad for Carl having to see his parents naked so quickly, but he can tell the therapist about it while everyone's gone. Number 9 WTF, Abraham is straight up pancake tripping all episode long. So he has this moment with Sasha. If you remember, there was kind of a moment between them, and it gets super awkward where he's trying to flirt with her, but he's still Rosita. He's having trouble moving forward. This whole episode was about people making new lives for themselves, Abraham not being sure about it. Let me ask you a question. When you're pouring the Bisquick, were you trying to make a pancake? That was one of my favorite sayings from the episode. Abraham always has the best sayings. Mother dick, pancakes, Bisquick. My read on him by the end of the episode, though, is that he sees that sonogram and it seems like a hopeful look in his face, so he's like, okay, yeah, I'm ready to move forward. I'm ready to start making pancakes. I think the real question to ask, though, is he going to be making pancakes with Rosita, or will he start making pancakes with Sasha? Number 7 WTF, Jesus blows everyone's minds and explains what he does. I find new trade routes for my community. Wait a sec, you have other trade routes? There are other communities out there? Your world is about to get a whole lot bigger. One of the biggest themes of The Walking Dead is that everywhere they go is like the last place on Earth. The world is a big place, but the world of the apocalypse is relatively self-contained. So anywhere we don't go, we really don't talk about. The survivors don't talk about a lot of other big places, but of course there's going to be tons of other pockets of humanity trying to survive. The people at Hilltop, even the Saviors, didn't sound like they have that many people. But it was such a great intro, and it's almost like the show is telling us there is a much larger world that you don't know about yet. Even though we're in season 6, we have done a lot of things, there's still so much more story to tell. Number 6 WTF, the survivors saved Jesus' friends who went to get medicine. I love how they just plastered walkers all over that car. It looked like someone just tried to run over a giant group of walkers, and that's what flipped them over. You just hit the jackpot. I used to be an obstetrician. I have a ton of medicine in my bag here, and a sonogram machine. Anytime you hear stuff like that, like, oh my god, this is so perfect, you wait for someone to yank the rug out from under you. If Walking Dead has taught you anything, it is to be completely mistrustful of really good things. Like even with Rick grabbing Michonne's hand and squeezing it, that really tender moment, just feels kind of ominous. Like, yeah, we may have been Uggin Bumplies, according to Abraham. I love the way he said that. But they're only allowed to have that much fun because something really terrible is coming next in the Saviors and Negan. Number 5 WTF, banjo intro to Hilltop. There was this weird, I don't know if it was banjo music, but it was this twangy, plucky, old-timey version of the Walking Dead theme as they walked into Hilltop. It was like they were walking into a historical reenactment, just with everybody in post-apocalyptic clothing. And that's the way Jesus explains it, the Barrington House. It's really part of this community that was meant to be self-sustaining before technology became a big thing, so it's perfect for their needs right now. And it's our first really big comic book moment. The first time Hilltop appeared in the comics was issue number 94, and the way things played out in this episode was pretty comic book accurate, with Ethan coming in trying to stab Gregory, them teasing the Saviors, Gregory being a complete douchebag. Speaking of which, number 4 WTF, Gregory is like a rapey, creepo, tuned-down version of the governor, someone who still tries to be an administrator, but is a terrible person. Now, if you have read the comics and you want to talk about what ends up happening to his character, please use spoiler tags because we just met some of these characters. They're pretty big in the comics, so the odds are we're going to be wading into like super duper spoiler territory, especially with all the Negan stuff, just because Negan's such a huge character. But the brief introduction that we did get to Gregory was pretty accurate. Like the way the actor portrayed the character was pretty accurate to the comic book character. He's a douchebag that gives off a creepo vibe to all the women. Everyone shuts him down in the way Maggie shut him down in this episode. Number 3 WTF, Ethan comes charging in on the orders of Negan to kill Gregory. Like I said, right out of the comic books, Rick and the survivors have this awesome takedown, and everyone just starts freaking out. I love how Rick turned around and was just like, what? What are you looking at? What's the big deal? So we learn number 2 WTF, things are not as simple as they seem. Jesus explains the deal that they have with Negan and the Saviors. 1/2 of everything we have in exchange for protection. Protection from whom, you might ask? From the Saviors. So it's like Negan offers protection from his own fists, or baseball bat as the case may be. Now, he does have the baseball bat called Lucille, and I love that line from Jesus where he said that Negan wanted to set things up between them, told them how that was going to be right off the bat. The metaphor is slowly becoming a reality, and it is going to be so amazing once it shows up. Don't know exactly which episode Negan's going to show up in, but number 1 WTF, the deal is made. The survivors are going to take down Negan, get Ethan's brother Craig back in exchange for food. So that's why we see Rick in the teaser for the next episode trying to sell the rest of the safe zone survivors on going after Negan. We need to do this because we need the food that Hilltop can offer. So I have no idea which episode exactly we're going to finally get to the Saviors, but it's probably going to come pretty soon. We've only got 5 episodes left in the season, so I'm hoping that we see Negan in the last 2 episodes so that we get like 2 hours of Negan before season 7. But let me know in the comments, what was your favorite moment from the episode, and what was the funniest moment you thought from the episode? Like, I love all the Negan puns. Boogeyman, baseball bat. Man, Boogeyman ain't nothing. Daryl just absolutely does not care. It's going to be so awesome when they finally see him. And Abraham was hilarious. Bisquick, pancakes, Ugg and Bumplies. He was on fire, but he still hasn't topped Mother Dick. Mother Dick is still my favorite Abraham saying. While you guys think about that, I'll say congratulations to last week's giveaway winner, Ben Aroni. Please private message me on the back end of my channel so I can get your contact details. It's just a $20 Amazon gift card. I know the Oscars is tonight, but there was a little bit of Batman v Superman footage that dropped, so I'll be doing a video for that next. I know a lot of you are worried about them toning Negan down from the comics. He's an amazing character, but he's so graphic that there's just things that they can't do on TV they're not allowed to do. Robert Kirkman said that they're filming everything, and that stuff that does not make it to air will make it to the DVD. So you will get pure comic book Negan. It's just that the most hardcore parts of that will only make it onto the DVD release. I am so excited about Jeffrey Dean Morgan. I cannot wait to see him. While you guys wait for my next video, you can click here to learn all about the big WTF twist George R. R. Martin was teasing for Game of Thrones, and you can click here for all my Walking Dead videos. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Let's high five. I'll see you guys tonight.